What's up, Mayhem? So, if you guys don't know, I do some writing from time to time. I've been trying to make sure I'm more consistent with it. But lately, I've been working on this book that I upload online on Inkit. For this book called Blood in Mirrors. It's the first book in a series called The 13th Murder Club. So I'm gonna read the first chapter to you guys, and you guys in the comments can tell me if y'all want me to keep reading chapters as I go along. And go check it out on Inkit if you think it's cool. Alright. Blood and Mirrors, a 13th Murder Club novel by Nick Molotov. Oh yeah, so the content warning, there's assault, child abuse, depression, domestic violence. This is a mystery novel, but also goes into dysfunctional families and stuff. So if you're not too privy on that, you might want to skip this one. But the story's really good. Anyways, suicide, or is it murder? When Marcus's friend Sophie dies, he doesn't know how to feel. But he knows for one thing, he doesn't believe she killed herself. Marcus bands together with his girlfriend Bianca and two other boys, Guy and Victor, to find out how Sophia really died. Through hard emotions and mistrust, the team must learn to work together fully in order to catch Sophia's killer. Will they manage it before the time runs out and the killer catches a taste for blood again? Or will all the shards fall and scatter like broken glass? Like a broken mirror, sheesh. If I mess up, y'all, don't judge me. I'm trying here. Summary. 4 kids in a backwater town set out to supplement the crime problems in their home. Chapter 1. Old Friends. Marcus sat silently in his chair, at his desk, in the back of the classroom. He stared ahead blankly, intently listening to his teacher, while ignoring the tittering kids to his right and to his left. Marcus had always believed that stuffing 24 hormonal adolescents into one cramped classroom was one of the worst ideas mankind had come up with so far. Yet, he still thought that it was a shame that the other kids wouldn't at least try to learn something. He, on the other hand, tried to gain every scrap of knowledge that he could from the stagnant teachers in his backwater town. Often he'd converse with the better teachers outside of class, or spend his afternoons at the library. While Marcus sat listening, his mind slowly started to drift. He already knew Mrs. Thompson's explanation of the Krebs cycle word for word by now, so he didn't need to listen so closely. So Marcus let his mind drift. He hadn't yet decided what he'd do after school, but before work. He could hang out with his girlfriend Bianca. There was always plenty of food in her house, so he'd have a chance to fill his belly before work. Or he could go to the library, like usual. Marcus truly prized the library. He could stay there for hours studying any topic under the sun, checking out any books he wanted to take with him before he left. The library was also the only place other than the school where Marcus could use the internet. Mostly he'd use it for more research, but sometimes he'd have a little fun, playing web games or listening to music. There was another reason why Marcus liked the library, but even he didn't want to believe that was the real reason. Marcus! Marcus! Mr. Tanaka! Marcus's head snapped in the direction of the teacher's voice, and he looked at her with wide eyes. She walked down the middle aisle and stopped right beside Marcus's desk. Are you all right, Marcus? You were totally zoned out. That's not like you at all. Miss Thompson looked into Marcus's wide eyes with unease. She'd never seen her star student this way. Oh, yeah, I'm fine, he replied, trying to laugh it off. Are you sure? I was going to ask to see you after class today anyway. If you aren't comfortable talking about what's going on right now, we can talk about it then. With that, Miss Thompson walked back to her desk. Shit, was Marcus's first thought. That'll cut into the time I have before work. Secondly, he wondered why this teacher was so worried about him specifically when she had 22 other kids to worry about. And Marcus? Yes, Miss Thompson. How many units of ATP are made during glycolysis? 4 units are produced, but considering you need 2 units to begin, the overall net gain is 2 units. Correct. I'm glad you're back with us now. Now, class, who can tell me what process happened after the Krebs cycle during lactic fermentation? On the other side of the room, there was someone else whose mind was wandering too. It was a girl named Sophia. She was a pretty normal girl. Pretty, relatively popular, and on the cheer squad. Recently, though, something not so normal happened with Sophia. She was endowed with a secret she had prepared to accept willingly, but that was before she knew what a dark and malicious secret it was. Sophia was perplexed as to what to do with the vile secret. Should she keep it to herself, or should she tell someone? And if she did, whom? Down the right side of the classroom and across the back row passed the note. It changed hands about 6 times before it reached the hands of whom it was meant for. "Hey, Tanaka!" whispered the boy to the left of Marcus. "Sophie said to give this to you. I bet it's a love note begging you to take her back." He snickered as he passed Marcus the note. In turn, Marcus scoffed and unfolded the paper. "Meet me at our old spot after school. We need to talk. It's urgent." Marcus leaned back and considered the note. He knew that Sophia was never one for dramatics, so for her to pass him a note saying that she needed to talk with him urgently was quite peculiar. Marcus didn't believe she'd be asking to get back together. Unlike the rest of the school, they both knew that their relationship had ended on a fair note. They had both decided it needed to end. For the rest of the class, Marcus turned over the question in his head. When the class ended and he hadn't figured it out, Marcus decided he'd see what it was Sophia wanted from him. Just then, he slung his backpack over his shoulder. But just when he slung his backpack over his shoulder, his phone buzzed with a text. I'll give y'all a second to look at the rest of the text, but what we're really looking at is these two down here. Hey, hey, babe, my dad's gonna be home tonight. I really want you to meet him, and he wants to meet you. Can you come over? And then Marcus replies, I can't. My parents want me to go to the store then. Marcus didn't quite know how he felt about lying to his girlfriend. Normally, lying to someone didn't matter to him. He lied almost every day, in fact. It was, in a way, an unspoken rule of life for him. Concealing information until necessary, twisting the truth, and keeping the facts of his life well guarded were all a part of his daily repertoire. But Bianca was different. Whenever he lied to her, there was a lingering feeling in the back of his head that he couldn't describe. Marcus, Miss Thompson called from her desk. I asked you to stay a bit later, remember? Oh, yeah, almost forgot. Marcus pretended to chuckle as he met the teacher at her desk. In fact, he did remember, but he had hoped that if he just walked out, she wouldn't remember. So, Marcus, I notice you've been looking a bit uneasy during class these days. Not quite sure what you're referring to, Miss Thompson. What do you mean by these days? If you're talking about me daydreaming, I can assure you it won't happen again. Today is just part of it, Marcus. You've been participating less actively for the past 2 or so weeks. Then there's the faraway look on your face. Not like daydreaming, but more like you're being forced to be here. I know that can't be right, though. You've told me yourself that you enjoy school. Unless that was a lie. The last sentence stung Marcus's conscience. Miss, I do love school and learning, but I genuinely can't think of any other time than today when my face would have looked far away. It's just not like me. I know, Marcus. That's why I asked some of your other teachers about it. Both Mrs. Davis and Mr. Garcia said that you have been different. Moreover, Mrs. Davis says she observed you scratching your leg one day and noticed a sizable bruise on it. Oh, That, he laughed again. Guy and I were playing soccer and he accidentally kicked me. Just us boys being boys, Miss Thompson. There's nothing to worry about. How's your life at home? It's pretty good. We're actually having a family dinner tonight. I'm cooking this time. Marcus flashed her a big smile. Oh, that's wonderful, Marcus. Well, I suppose I shouldn't hold you up any longer then. Tell your parents I would like to have a meeting with them next week. If anything is ever wrong, remember you can always come talk to me, Marcus. She placed a hand on top of his shoulder and grazed down the side of his arm. Marcus set his jaw and struggled not to wince under her touch. I know, Miss Thompson, and thank you for caring enough about me. I can't make any guarantees of my parents coming. They're both workaholics. Marcus said this over his shoulder as he headed for the door. All right, but still let them know for me, okay? Have a good evening, she called after him. Okay, you too. All right, Sophie, what's going on? Marcus said as he tossed his backpack on the picnic table. Sophia was sitting on the tabletop with her feet on the bench. He slid next to her, and she sighed with relief. I was worried that you weren't going to come at all. Well, I'm here. What's the problem? I have something to tell you. It's very important. What I'm going to say will sound insane, and you might not believe me, but every word of it is true. Alright, cut the crap, Sophie. Is this about us not getting back together? If it is, the answer is no. I'm not interested in a second take at our relationship. Additionally, I have another girlfriend already. Sophia's mouth dropped open. Wow, Marcus. You really think that little of me? That I'd stoop so low as to ask you to meet me urgently just so I can ask for a do-over? Unbelievable. She paused and smoothed her hair back. I found out that something bad is gonna happen soon and I didn't know what to do about it. So I went to the only person I knew I could trust. You trust me that much? Yes. Just because we dated and then broke up doesn't mean we're not still friends. You and Kai were my best friends. At least, we're still friends to me. Or maybe not. You guys have been acting like I don't even exist ever since we broke up. Like I don't know if Kai knows, but you know, you and I both know that we ended mutually. I always treated you right, and I never cheated on you, so I don't see why you guys would cut me off like that. Sophia slid off the tabletop and turned towards Marcus. That's all true, but you stopped acting like the friend we thought you were a long time ago. Ever since you joined that slob squad they let dance at the football games. Now all you do is suck up to the Barbies and forget where your real friends are. I joined the cheer squad because I love gymnastics, and I don't suck up to them. I could care less whether those girls like me or not. But for the record, some of them are nice. Is that so? And you becoming soft was part of the bargain? Soft? What do you mean by soft? So we're just gonna pretend like you haven't started wearing pink all the time? And I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I've seen you in pants. Also, when's the last time you played soccer with Kai and I? Sophia started to stammer. What? You, you act as if I can't have new interests or lose old ones, as if I'm not allowed to change. Unlike some people, I refuse to stay the same person forever. You know what? I didn't come here to talk about why we broke up. I've got better things to do with my time. Marcus got up and slung his backpack over his shoulder. Wait, Marcus, I need to tell you. He turns his back to her and starts to walk away. If this was really about something important, you would have told me already. Marcus, please. You have to believe me. Someone will die. Her voice dropped down to a whisper at the last sentence. She grabbed Marcus's shoulder and he stopped. Stop trying to manipulate me with guilt, Sophia. I told you. I'm done. He shrugged her hand off and kept walking. So, I had originally started this for the Inferno challenge. I ended up getting too stressed out and dropping out of the competition, but a good story has come out of it. I got one comment, and I gotten some good feedback from other people who've read it. You guys come read it. Come drop a comment. Give me a reaction. Let me know that you like it. And there's 8 more chapters. I'm supposed to be working on one this week. Hopefully I can publish it this week and stop procrastinating. But I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm trying to keep up with my other socials and everything. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!
Fingers tap a dance on the keys. Words spill out like a virus with ease. Caps lock screaming, no off switch. Caught in the web, can't scratch the itch. Shifted thoughts in a QWERTY maze. Escape key broken, stuck in the haze. Keyboard trap, no map, no cap. Typing my soul in a digital cap. Stuck in the loops, no turning back. Keyboard trap, it's a full on attack. Keyboard trap, it's a full on attack. Backspace dreams delete the pain. Control Z, but it's all in vain. Cursive links like a heartbeat lost. Every word written comes at a cost. Into the void, I'm a prisoner here.